Right, how about this? I've got a little surprise for you boys. I'm gonna randomly turn up out the little woodworks and that, give you a little video because I'm just capable of doing it like that. First of all, I want to wrap a few things up. Everything got sorted. The little problem which happened, which made me step down for a little while, but I'm still very well here, boys. So without further ado, let me give you a little roundup. First of all, we're gonna start with Division 1, yeah? Shall we start with Division 1? So, I'm going to just go a quick one around this one today, boys. Because obviously I can't go fully in depth today, but as soon as I can go in depth more, I will feature a lot more as time goes on. Obviously, I wanted to bring something back to you boys to let you know that I still very well love TFSL, and I am very much willing to put my effort in. And guess what? I had someone hook me up with a couple of results for today's games. How about that? So here we go. Man City 3, Everton 2. So good result for Man City, who, if I'm correct, I can't work out which one's which. If I'm correct, Man City is the team that are sitting first, maybe? They're either first or third. Don't quote me on that one because I can't get fully in depth about it, but that's that result. So well done for Man City. Everton on the other hand stay in 7th, who are on 21 points. So there's now a 5-point gap between 6th and 7th, so the gap's starting to increase even more. As for the next game, West Ham 5, Bournemouth 2. Bit of a shock result there. Bournemouth definitely was not expecting that one, that's for sure. They dropped down to 14th. West Ham are now just a point away from the relegation 17th place, being safe, who are Cardiff. But again, it's very close. There's only 2 points between 16th and 19th. Well, we'll get onto that team afterwards. Next, we have Burnley 2, Brighton 2. Kind of a stalemate there. Burnley, though, managed to climb up into 11th, so a cracking result for them. Brighton, who, as I said, we'll get on to them. Brighton sit now with just 5 points all season. That's 12 losses, only 1 win, 2 draws. They're now 9 points from safety, so that's already 3 straight losses. They need a team that's outside the relegation zone to be getting 3 straight losses for them to have any chance now. Don't mean to doom anyone, but it kind of sums things up right there for Brighton's season so far. Manchester United 1-0 over Huddersfield. Cracking result for them. Man U probably was expecting to get a little bit better than that, but nonetheless, Huddersfield stay in 8th place. And again, I'm going to again say sorry to both of their managers because I don't know which one's which. It's either Man U's in 1st or they're in 3rd. I'm either making them sound really good or they're not so good. But cracking result for Man U nonetheless, getting a 1-0 win there against a team that's in the top 10 right now. So it was no easy task for them, but that's for sure. But that's a cracking result for them. Tottenham Hotspur losing 2-1 to Cardiff. What a result for Cardiff. The little Welsh club on the road as well. That has to be a kick in the teeth for the Spurs manager. That's for sure. Cardiff moving up to 17th with that result as well. They managed to climb their way out of the relegation zone, whereas in Tottenham are sitting, I think they're quite high up, to be fair. Yeah, 4th place on 26 points. So they're only joint 4th place as well, with Chelsea and Newcastle, who are 5th and 6th respectively. But we'll get on to them 2 results after this. Arsenal 1-1 with Leicester City. Leicester on the road as well, managing to hold Arsenal, who move up into 12th place. Leicester as well moving up in the table, moving up to 10th place, so cracking result for both clubs. Again, Arsenal though, with a new manager coming in first day, seeing that it's against Leicester City, not the easiest task in the world, so that's a good little kick-off for him to get his first point on the board. Chelsea 1-0 against Southampton. Another result there that was quite well done for Chelsea, who sit joint fourth place in fifth place, obviously on 26 points, whereas in Southampton is sitting in joint with eighth place. They're sitting ninth, only on goal difference, obviously, but they do have more losses than Huddersfield, so kind of well done to Huddersfield again because they're doing cracking right now, to be fair. Um, Unlucky to Southampton to have lost only 1-0, but it happens like this. The big teams will sooner or later start picking up these little niggly wins against teams that was hoping to get something, but they're still getting clean sheets as well. So well done to Chelsea on that result. Um, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-2 against Crystal Palace, which, if I'm correct, plummeted Crystal Palace into the relegation zone, and Watford on the other hand are no, sorry, Wolverhampton Wanderers are sitting just above them with one point above them. So the bottom three right there is there's only a point between them, where two of them are on the same points as well. So it's quite close at the bottom, to be fair, very close. There's still a lot to play for down there, and two teams that are right there in the mix, getting a draw. It's them little draws right there though that could keep Wolverhampton Wanderers up. Crystal Palace on the other hand struggling to find some form. Only 4 wins all season as well. They've had 9 losses. Their manager's got to be looking at what he's got to do to manage to keep them up. But I think Palace do have the capability of staying up. So next we have Watford 1-1 against Liverpool. Cracking result for Watford there. Liverpool, who was sitting in second, are now 10 points away from first place. And who was there against again? Watford. Watford are sitting in 15th place. So cracking result for Watford on the other hand. That's a big gap right there between both teams. Watford haven't really had the dream start of the season, but getting a point against a team that's sitting in second place that are arguably trying to challenge for that title is a cracking result for Watford. So well done to their manager for that result. And the final game in the Premier League was Newcastle 3, Celtic 0. So Newcastle pumping up that top six. They're in top six right now, whereas in Celtic dropped to 13th. Celtic, again, as I've said previously on another video that got aired recently, they are gonna be fighting, but they might not have the power in the first season. But I definitely don't see them getting dragged into a relegation fight this season. That's the Premier League rounded up, and then we have Division 2. Right. West Bromwich Albion 4, Leeds United 1. Let me make sure I get this one right. Where's West Brom so far? West Brom move up to 13th place on 19 points. And Leeds United drop down to 15th. So West Brom managed to pass Leeds with this result. They're on 18 points. So cracking result for West Brom, starting to find their form in the league table. Fulham losing 2-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. New manager coming in. He did openly, publicly say he didn't understand the whole aspect of how many strikers there was in the team, and that he felt that would be the costing factor to their season. As for Jay Jones, cracking manager, and if anyone can manage to make Fulham a powerhouse again, he's definitely one of the candidates for it. Leaving a fellow championship side for another championship side as well. this week. So one of the managers that I would like to say congratulations on getting your new job. I hope you all the best. Um, Fulham dropped down to fourth place, and where's Queens Park Rangers? Mm, they move up into the promotion. Well, not automatic promotion anyway. Playoffs. So congratulations to their manager who sees his club move up into sixth place. Next, we have Middlesbrough 3-1 against Hull. Um, that moves Middlesbrough up into 10th place, just 4 points off the playoffs. Hull City on the other end. Where is Hull City? Oh my, 16th place, but it's still got a relatively decent gap so far. Ahead of the relegation zone. So again, another cracking result there for Middlesbrough, but Hull City definitely need to start finding their form this season. Um, Next we have Brentford winning 2-0 against Ipswich. Another new manager who's just taken over for the outgoing new Fulham manager Jay Jones. Cracking manager as well. Great candidate for the job. Um, Brentford moved up to ninth place with this result as well, so they're not that far away from the playoffs right now. Whereas in Ipswich, on the other hand, where's Ipswich? Are now 8 points away from safety so far, so they're sitting in 19th place. They're joint bottom with well, we'll get onto that team in a second. Um, But that's a good result for Brentford. They're showing some decent form. They're just brought in a new manager, getting straight off into the runnings and winning 2-0. That's a cracking result for their team. Norwich City 3, Preston North End 0. That means Norwich go back to top. After Fulham's shock result, they managed to sneak their way back to top. Um, Whereas Preston North End moved down to 11th, so it's another drop and rise for two different teams there. Um, where next? Confused for a second. Head's going a bit overtime. Um, Aston Villa 2, Millwall 1. Um, if I'm correct, they're not in the top half, both of them teams. So it was a bottom half of the table battle. This one, Aston Villa, in 17th place. They've now got a 5 point gap over the relegation zone. Millwall, the other hand, sitting at the foot of the championship table, but it's Mill scum. What can I say? Their manager, if he is gonna do anything, he's gonna need to pull his finger out real soon because his team is starting to lose dramatically when it comes to points that they're already behind, and it's only a matter of time before you start seeing that you're 5, 6 games behind. And are you gonna make that up over a whole season? You've got to then hope that you then don't lose more games in that season. So Millwall might already have doomed themselves this early in the season. On to the next game. We have Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield United 0. Cracking result for Nottingham Forest, who move up into third place. They're just 2 points away from top spot. Whereas in Sheffield United, dropped down to 12th place, but they're not that many points away from the playoffs. So they're only 5 points behind, so their manager won't be overly excited of that result, but he would definitely know that it was one of the harder teams in the league to play. So cracking result there for Nottingham Forest. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Swansea City nil. That's a cracking result there for Sheffield Wednesday. Who sit? Where does Sheffield win? Well, I know Swansea dropped down to 8th. Where's Sheffield? Yeah, so Sheffield Wednesday is in the relegation zone, so that is a cracking result for them. Um, so if they would have lost that, the bottom three would have all been still stuck on 6 points. So Sheffield Wednesday showing that they can pick up the points against the teams that are in the higher positions in the league. Um, so cracking result for Sheffield Wednesday, who sit just 5 points away from Aston Villa, who are in 17th place. Um, Cracking result all the same. Next we have Derby County 4, Rangers nil. Ooh, Derby moving up into second place, and Rangers dropping down into 14th. So that's a cracking result for Derby there. Um, you can't really expect that much more out of the team, to be fair. That is definitely for sure. Um, as for Rangers, they definitely was not expecting that, but ugh, Rangers on the other end dropping down into 14th place, so uh, they're not that far ahead of the relegation zone as well. So Rangers need to be looking over their shoulder, making sure that they don't make too many more mistakes. Um, as for the last game of the championship, Bristol City 2, Stoke City 1. So Stoke City, they're another ex-Premier League team falling this weekend. They dropped down into 7th, whereas in Bristol City hang on to the top teams in the championship with them sitting in 5th. Um, it was one of them games that Bristol City had to win the game. If they're gonna challenge at the top of the league, they had to win the game, and same vice versa for Stoke City. That was a major 6 pointer right there. Um, Bristol City now have opened up a 4 point gap over Stoke City, who are just outside the playoff spots, whereas in Bristol City are only sitting 4 points off the top of the table. So they're not that far off the top. Bristol City could be the little dark horse that is sneaking up that no one's really concentrating on because they're all battling up there, but no one's really concentrating on Bristol City, and they're sneaking their way up that table with them not that far behind at all. I mean, one more win and the three above them lose, and they straight into the automatic positions. So, cracking result for Bristol City nonetheless. Then we shall move on to Division 3. Um, Start off with Hearts 2, Barnsley nil. Um, where's Hearts in the table? Hearts moving up into 7th place, whereas in where's Barnsley in the table? Good old Barnsley. Barnsley are still in the playoffs positions, nonetheless. They're sitting in 6th place. So that's a good result for Hearts, who are only a point behind the playoffs positions now. So nonetheless, cracking result for them. They're definitely looking to want to show that there is some Scottish power in here and get themselves into them positions. Barnsley slipping up a little. They're definitely trying to push their way up into them playoff spots, and there's now a gap starting to show between the teams that are in the top 5 and the teams below them. So unlucky for Barnsley. Hearts on the other hand, congratulations with your result. Peterborough United did not get a goal. Bradford 2. Um, Bradford City moving up into 10th place, whereas in Peterborough is sitting. Well, they dropped down into the relegation zone for what I can tell might be the first time this season. So that's going to be a shock for their manager. Um, there's still a long way to go, to be fair, and yeah, I have by the way, people, Phil Waters has just Is it Man City that's sitting in first place? Because I got really confused. I got really confused when I couldn't work out if it was Man City in first or was it Man City in third. And I was hoping that it was Man City in first, but I'm guessing by what you've just said with Man City sitting in first place. Sorry, I will cut away from this for a second, but I will get back to Division 3, boys. I am trying to fly through, and I am trying to give you all a little shine, but Phil, obviously, I will answer that one very quickly because if someone wants to tune in and ask like why I'm in the middle of doing a live video, do you know what? I can only help you out. As for the Division 1 table, right now there's a 10-point gap at the top of the table. It's still very early in the season, boys. Don't take none of that. Don't take nothing away from what Man City has achieved, getting 15 wins out of 15 games. That is a cracking start to the season. They're showing that they are the team to be beaten. But Liverpool, I think I was saying today, drawed against a team that was quite low down in the league tables, and that has to have hurt their manager a lot when you look at your team sheet for the day and you're seeing the team you're against and you see that they're a team that are quite very low down in the table. You're thinking, my boys are gonna go out and win this. We're gonna keep the little bit of pressure, but I think it's gonna be a hard one, but they can be catched. But right now, Man City don't look like they're gonna be stopped. It's as simple as that. But there you go. There's your answer to your question, bro. Now where was I? I was at. Where was I? Oh, I don't want to go too far. Oh, I nearly went too far. That was nearly a bit too far. It was a Bradford City Peterborough, wasn't it? Right. So Bradford City to Peterborough near. Well, where was I? You're making me stop, bro. Making me stop. That's very naughty of you, Phil. So Bradford City again moving up into 10th place. They're just 4 points off the playoffs, and Peterborough just moved into the relegation, so that's exactly where I was. But there's a long way to go. They're only a point from safety, whereas in the other teams in the relegation zone are a bit of a gap behind them. So they really ain't got nothing to worry about. That was a game where they was against one of the teams a little bit higher up than them. They're not too far, but Peterborough probably was hoping for a draw from that game, to be fair. On to the next game. Ball draw, Charlton, Southend. How much we love ball draws. No goals. Let's just go. Boom, Charlton in 14th place. And boom, who was their team that they was against? It was that boring. I already forgot. Southend. Oh. Where's Southend? Wow, they're quite high up. Wow, Southend in second. Well then, that really wasn't that boring after all. Southend doing what they needed to do right there. Congratulations to Southend, who are just 6 points off the top now. So, again, they might have been wanting a little bit more from that, but that's a cracking result nonetheless for Southend. Where do we go next? Hibs 1, Portsmouth 0. So Hibs move up into 11th, and Portsmouth drop down into 15th, but they've still got a 6-point gap over the relegation zone. As I said, there is little gaps starting to show in the tables in pretty much every division, and Portsmouth are kind of where that cut off, where it starts to become a gap that's quite a little bit different to all the teams that are around the relegation zone. On to the next one. Plymouth Argyle 2, Kilmarnock 0. Plymouth moving up into 13th, just 5 points off the playoffs, whereas in Kilmarnock, Right the way down in last place. Um, I was having a conversation with someone about this team today and their manager, and I feel sorry for him to be fair because if his team goes down, this was something that was actually said. If his team goes down, his stadium is going to be massively bigger than most teams in Division Four. He'll be the powerhouse of Division Four, providing he plays his cards right. So, does he start planning now for Division Four life and build his team around beating teams that are in Division Four? But then he's then got to look and think there is going to be another two teams coming down with him. If his team's not capable of keeping up with them two teams right now, is his team going to automatically go up when he's in Division 4? That's my own personal input onto that one. But no wins in 15 games is a big task for himself. He's got 3 draws this season. I think it might have been the Hibs manager that I said don't draw. Don't draw all season. Prove me that you can do it. I think it might have been so. That's a little personal shout, but nonetheless, Kilmarnock are now 10 points off the safety zone. Again, that's one of them ones where I'm like, that's over 3 games that they're expecting teams that are competing to be losing, and can it be done? I think we might be already saying goodbye to Kilmarnock from Division 3 into Division 4. I think they very well may be the first casualty to go down with the points tally that they've managed to accumulate in the first 15 games. Reading 4-1 against Rotherham United. Cam, cracking result for him at Reading. He stays 6 points clear. Whereas in Rotherham United are now 8 points away from safety. Again, it's another one of them ones. It's really another three games tally that they've got to expect to win and expect the teams to be losing. I don't want to predict too many teams and say, oh, yep, you're going down. But it's another one of them ones. Do they start planning for next season, or do they try and push everything into hoping that they stay up this season? On to the next one. We have Birmingham City 3, Bolton Wanderers 2. It's a good result for Birmingham, who are joint second with them sitting in third place. Bolton Wanderers, on the other hand, lost a gap today. They're sitting in fourth place. Oh, hold up, was that Birmingham Bolton? That's a cracking result for Birmingham because they managed to pull a gap between them and Bolton, who's sitting fourth place. So again, the other day it was said Bolton Wanderers they are going to be up there this season, but that's a cracking result for Birmingham right there to solidify that they are definitely challenged for that will make promotion spot. Wigan 1, Scunthorpe United 1. Wigan also in the playoff spot, sitting in 5th place, and Scunthorpe United are sitting. Where's Scunny? They're sitting 16th place. They're 2 points above the relegation zone. So no way safe for Scunthorpe at all. That's results that they're kind of hoping, yeah, let's get something out of this, and they got beaten. So nonetheless, that's good. A very good result there for Wigan Athletics. So congratulations to their manager. Sunderland losing 1-0 to Aberdeen. That's a big one right there. When you think not too long ago, Sunderland used to be a Premier League team, and Aberdeen is an SPL team. This all got mashed up together, and it was a dream work match for the season, seeing an ex-Premier League team against one of the arguably better SPL teams, and Aberdeen managing to come away with a 1-0 win, which is a cracking result for them as they stay in 8th place, but they're only a point away from the playoffs. Whereas in Sunderland plummeting now to 12th place, their season's going all, well, tits up, let's just say it as it is. And, wow. And, I did say that they might be a team to watch this season, but you know, there is every now and then that I get it wrong as well. Shrewsbury Town are the last game in this division. 1, Blackburn Rovers 2. Where's good old Blackburn? And Blackburn managed to move their way out of the relegation zone. Excuse me, fam. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise I'll snuff you in, disturbing the video to the boys like, man up. Semi boys. All of that good stuff. Good stuff. Only when Amber's about it is the good stuff about it. Right. See, interrupting my thing. Man was trying to find out stuff and that. Man's trying to give something back to the nation. TFSL nation. You get me? I'll sit there laughing, babe.
I'm not. What are you saying like that?
Yeah, I'm the super dad. Hold up. Huh! Me. Right, so Shrewsbury Town 1, Blackburn Rovers 2. That's where we was at. Blackburn managed to move out of the relegation zone. It was exactly where I got to. They managed to move up into 17th place. Shrewsbury Town on the other hand got dropped 2 points away from the playoffs. So then it wasn't a bad result for Shrewsbury, but it was definitely one that they was expecting to win. Cracking result for Blackburn nonetheless. Shrewsbury sitting 9th, Blackburn in 17th, and that's Division 3 rounded up. Ooh, we're flying through this today, boys, aren't we? Ooh, Amazon form. And we're going to Division 4. So, this is Division where I'm just like, it looks so good. I've got to say it as it is. Division 4 for me is the division where all the good prospect managers for long-term success are right now sitting down there. I was looking today and I sat there and I was like, oh my god, the amount of talent when it comes to the managers. And it's only got better in the past few days. But I will get into a bit more information about that. But first of all, let's start with the results, because there were some cracking results down there today. And started with Livingstone 2, Patrick Thistle 1. Yes! I'm starting to pronounce names right of the teams. Shows how much I'm starting to get used to you boys. God, I got excited though. Livingstone moving up into 3rd place. They're only 1 point off the all match possession points, whereas in Patrick Fizzle is sitting down in 16th place, so they're not all the way down there, but there is now. There's a big gap between them and the all match possessions. So again, it's another one of them ones. Do they consolidate? Do they focus for next season, or do they try and push everything into hopefully getting near them positions for the playoffs? The manager's got a lot of things to do, that's for sure. Motherwell 2, Cork City 0. Where's Motherwell? Motherwell move up into 5th place. And Cork City are in 9th place. So cracking result for Motherwell, who moved their way into the playoffs. And Cork City nonetheless are not majorly behind, but there is a gap starting to show, as they are now 4 points from playoffs. Nonetheless, congratulations to Motherwell. Right. Bohemia FC and Shamrock Rovers. I will get the names of these sooner or later, and when I do, it's going to feel so stupid for how I will definitely have to listen back to how I pronounce some of these teams. But Shamrock Rovers winning 2-0. They are sitting now in 15th place, and then another one is sitting. Well, they're stone last right now in the table, but at least they have a win. So they can take something and saying they're not the team that's sitting with no wins in the season. So, that's kind of a one right there. Shamrock, they're not really up there fighting, but they're for sure doing all right this season. Uh, Dundalk and Dundee United both playing each other. The result was a 0-0 draw. Lovely. Another one, and then another one. Where's both of their teams? Dundee United in 10th, Dundalk in 13th, and both teams are actually not that far off the playoffs. So that was a good result for both teams to manage and to get a draw against each other. But we would have liked to see the goal, boys. Hamilton Hamilton Academic. That's how it's pronounced. And Glenover. That's a 2-2 draw. See, that's a draw right there, and that's a good draw because there's 4 goals for the fans to like to see. And Hamilton. Oh, where's old Hamilton? Hamilton, where are you? They're in 2nd place. They now are 4 points from the top of the league, so a win there would have kept them very much in the hunt. But draws will be draws, and they will slip you up. And on the other hand, Glenova or Glenovan are now outside the playoffs. They're sitting in 7th place, but they're joint with 6th place. Only goal difference separating both of the teams. Again, that's another one of the results that both teams would have. Well, Hamilton would have wanted the win, but they would have taken a draw, seeing that they was against the team that was in the playoffs at the time. So a good result for both managers there, really. Wrexham won, Dundee won. Not Dundee United, the other Dundee. Dundee and Wrexham are both respectively. Wrexham's 19th place and Dundee's 18th place. So there you go. Do I really need to say anything more about that? Not really, but unlucky to Wrexham and unlucky to Dundee, all the same, for getting a draw. Both of them would have loved to have seen a win against the other one, to be fair. That was a little battle down there to show who's the power down in the bottom of the table. St Johnstone 2, St Mirren 1. Where's St Johnstone? St Johnstone are in 11th place, and St Mirren are in 17th. Good result there for St Johnstone, to be fair. Burton Albion 1, Coraline 0. I think that's right. Burton Albion, the team that moved into the playoff spots. Congratulations to them. Whereas in Coraline is sitting. They're in 13th. So they drop into that unlucky number there. Cracking result there for Burton Albion, to be fair. They're definitely looking to be one of the powerhouses down below. This is a team that did manage already to show that they can go from Division 4 to Division 2 real quick. So be warned, they could be one of the sneaky teams to watch. Then we have Falkirk 0, Ross County 2. Bam! Nick Justice in his first game in charge, getting the 2-0 loss there. Not the best for him, especially after stepping out of the fold at Nottingham Forest. It's a big change for him. But going from being an assistant manager to a manager, congratulations. I wish you all the best. Stephen, I didn't forget about you. It was just I completely misread what team you are, and instead of getting it wrong and calling you into another team, you also went into Division 4. Congratulations to you. No. I won't go any further with any more congratulations until the next video. But congratulations to yourself. And well, Falkirk to Ross County 0. I didn't say where the team was. Very naughty of me. Ross County is sitting in the 8th place. They are a point away from the playoffs, and Falkirk are in the 14th place. Well, they're in 14th anyway, but that's a result right there that Ross County was definitely hoping to win, and they didn't manage to. So I kind of feel sorry for Nick on that one. He's gone from a really talented squad to a team that he's gonna have to build up over time. But nonetheless, he is capable of it. He is a cracking manager. And finally, we get to the epitomising game of the season. Well, not of the season. Woo! We're getting way too far ahead of ourselves. Soon come. Derry City 0, Crusaders 4. The only reason I left this one to last is generally Crusaders are sitting in first place and Derry City have no manager right now. So it's kind of expected. But nonetheless, congratulations to Rob on your win. That only secures you into... Well, you're 4 points ahead now, mate. So, nonetheless, congratulations. So, there we have it. Man like Hammer has been about. And I thought I'd bring you TFSL boys a little bit of a surprise for you all to wake up to, because I know you... Well, I thought that some of you wouldn't be about, but some of you kind of popped up while I've been on it, but hopefully hush hush, top secret. And I would like to wish everyone a great rest of your season. It's been Hammer. It's been hamtastic, boys. And I definitely will catch you all soon. See you on the flip side, boys.